Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nutshell Group, Asfar. This is the 7th edition, and 7th is a lucky number. I've been coming to this, I think, from the very first or second part of this Future Summit, and it's always been a delightful pleasure to come. Not only because of those who come and attend it and sit here, like I do and others do on the stage, but more importantly, the feel of the people who come and attend that for the purpose of both learning and contributing. So once again, thank you for organizing such a brilliant thing. You see, the big picture after 2.5 days of your deliberations is quite clear. And I need not spend my great part of my energy in trying to define the big picture. I think every aspect of that has been covered. Jack Ma had said that if you think today is difficult, tomorrow will be more difficult. It will be the day after tomorrow that there will be sunshine. So I think when you look at the big picture, we should not be looking at today or tomorrow. There are difficulties, we know the challenges. It is the sunshine that we must look at. And that, to me, will encompass the big picture. Now, in my 43 years of military service, and I'm a retired man, and therefore I speak on my personal behalf, I've got no official capacity to speak. I have traveled across the width and breadth of this country down to every conceivable place that you might think like. And to me, the greatest challenge that I found in these years was the disconnect between the state and the people. If you remove this disconnect between the state and the people, every single challenge that has been spoken here will be addressed. You see, I regularly now lecture about 7 to 10 times a month probably. And there's probably no 5-star hotel in Pakistan that I have not gone to and delivered a lecture. But believe me, there is a dead disconnect between these 5-star hotels and our talks, and talks on the tea stalls and dhabas of Sakrand, Nawab Shah, Dera Ghazi Khan, Dera Ismail Khan, Dera Bukti, and those places. This is a country of 240 million people. It is not a country of few elites. I was speaking to somebody who was hiring people from Pakistan, somebody from UK. And he said, I hired 22 people from this country. And he said, General Zubair, you know who were the best amongst those 22? He said, there was a girl from University of Haripur. And there was a boy from University of Gujarat. May I ask any one of us, including me, how many of us would have sent our boys or girls to University of Haripur or to University of Gujarat? We won't. So therefore, it's not the trust deficit which is the biggest impediment to the big picture. The biggest impediment to the big picture is the imagination, is the deficit of imagination. If you imagine Pakistan from the prism of elite, or if you imagine Pakistan from a prism of status quo, there will never be a big picture for Pakistan. The big picture for Pakistan lies in the hearts and minds of the people of Pakistan. And I think Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah had very rightly understood that, and therefore he directly connected to the people of Pakistan. And you saw the miracle that he generated in 7 years in creation of Pakistan. And therefore, this deficit of imagination is compounded by a deficit of sincerity. You see, at individual levels, at our corporate levels, I can give you success stories upon success stories so wonderful that they are actually making all of us proud. And I have a list of them, and I keep a record of them, because I want to keep myself, and I want to keep my children, and I want to keep my future generations positive and inspired. But you cannot have a big picture by having these bubbles of excellence in a sea of mediocrity and dirt. What you basically require is sincerity of thought, sincerity of purpose, sincerity of delivering. No dearth of ideas, no dearth of policies, no dearth of data. It's all there. But ability to bring that into action so that it benefits the collective Pakistan, of which the children, of which the women of Pakistan, of which the young men of Pakistan are all a contributing factor. You see, this is a very difficult time, not only for Pakistan, it's a very difficult time globally. There are hot wars which are going on in the world. You see, I'm a graduate of Camberley, United Kingdom, and I was there 30 years ago. And I remember a talk there by some very eminent speaker who said, you see, you people, and he almost pointed us towards us, the brown, the black. He said, you people are mad. You see, we have buried wars. There will never be a war in Europe again. I want to find that man again and tell him that there is a war in Europe again taking place at this moment in Ukraine. You see, after the Gulf War, I know many United States top people. They said anytime if people think of a war in Middle East now, they should be taken to mental asylum. Well, there is a war in Middle East going on at this moment, and I want to find out where that mental asylum is, and I want to take some of those people, sit with them and have a cup of tea with them in that mental asylum. There are more IDPs. IDPs are people who have been forced to leave. There are 71 million IDPs in this world at this moment. There are more refugees. There are 120 million refugees in this world that we think is the most advanced civilization that we have created for ourselves. And in this picture, we have IDPs, we have refugees. There is more hunger. 345 million people are in acute hunger in this part of the world. And even in South Asia, India has a greater hunger index than Pakistan. And if that would not have been, Modi has just announced that he will give cash for food to those hungry people, 800 million people. 800 million people in India alone he will give. That's more than the combined population of Europe and United States. That's the big picture. So in this big picture, what you require, principally speaking, from that national imagination is national ownership. Why do I take care of myself? Why do I take care of my health? Why do I take care of my wife and my children? Because I have ownership of them. I believe in their destiny. I want to contribute towards their growth. Why can't I display the same ownership for my country? Kennedy had said, ask not what your country can do for you, but tell us what you can do for your country. That, to me, will complete the big picture. And in doing so, we can't move in incremental steps. That will not do the job. We can't take baby steps. The world is moving at a rapid pace, at a lightning pace. We will stand nowhere. We require leaps. And at times we require to take leaps of faith. And one single leap that we require is a national technological reorientation. National technological reorientation. Because it is only through that national technological reorientation that we can create a human momentum, a national momentum. That is the key. If you want centers of excellence, there will be many. But if you can't generate that momentum, and that momentum basically comes through, to me, a societal technological reorientation. And for that you will require a technological governance network. But you have to be real. In all the places of Pakistan that I go, I try and pay through my credit card. I fully know what will happen, and I'll give you my statistics. In 89% of the times that I have tried to pay through a credit card, they have asked for cash. Across the board, I'm just giving you a percentage. So we require a technological governance network. Obviously, for that we require trust. We also require a technological, educational, economic framework. You see, one of the biggest investment that this nation has done, unlike what is the popular perception, today you spend more money collectively on nation, on education than you spent on defense. Please go and research this out. How much of money gets spent on education? There is not a place in Pakistan where you will not find a government educational school. The infrastructure is there at every level. But what is not there? There is no teacher there. My child does not want to go to a rural area and serve the people. No, that's not the case. There is no teacher. If there is infrastructure, there is no teacher, where are you going? And therefore, when I talk about technical education system, this is a higher level. Why can't every university in Pakistan, and there are now close to 240 universities in Pakistan. You know how many universities in Pakistan? When Pakistan came into being 75 years ago, one university. One. In whole of Pakistan, then West Pakistan. Today there are over 240 universities. Why can't it be made compulsory for every Pakistani university student to earn his graded grades and go out and teach the rest of Pakistan if we have to go to that technological leap? That's the only way forward. He and she should take pride in being able to contribute. Not that they earn their degree from Pakistan and then they find green pastures abroad. Are these universities producing people for Pakistan, or are they producing people to work abroad? I'm not against people going abroad. They are our asset. But they are asset also for us. So why don't they go to Nakundi or Dalbadin or other places in Pakistan to be able to contribute? And in order to do that, you need to be able to create that big picture, incentivize and not use the hard stick for incorporating technology, for incorporating new businesses, for creating new innovations. Because in my experience, incentivizing a person, a human being, is the biggest one single thing that you can do, because it will activate him. And if you can activate the soul of a person, believe me, there's no bigger atom bomb that you can actually explode. And finally, you need to create an enabling human resource environment. So therefore, the three things that I leave behind for the future, big picture, is policy, human resource, and technology. I thank you for a patient hearing.